right? And I bust ass again.
Oh my god, of course you did.
Cut it?
Cut
Nah.
that.
We ain't
Cut that.
cutting
Edit
it.
that out.
No! Look at a penny and he's going.
Abraham winking when he hasn't showered in a few days.
Abraham stinking.
Bro.
Oh god.
Yo, what up?
What up, fam? It's a new year, all that shit. Well, this won't be the first episode of the new year, but it's officially the new year in this episode in our lives.
Yes.
Haven't seen y'all since last year.
Yup.
Neck yourself for that one.
Yep. And this episode is being filmed the 5th. You know, we have another episode coming out this Friday. Well, you'll be watching this. It'd be
like
fucking
the best
Friday.
Yeah, best episode. That's kind of dope because the best episode so far is going to be the first one popping out in the new year.
Yeah. So
Nice.
the one before this one that's not released yet. Because we be stacking these motherfuckers.
The best episode so far because
Yeah.
every one of them gets better. Yeah, bish.
Well, and a disclaimer on the last episode, I said fucking Stronger is my favorite Kanye song. It ain't. It's actually Power. That's my favorite Kanye song. I don't know why I got those confused. They don't sound nothing alike. But yeah.
I asked you too. I was like,
I know you did.
Joint? And you were like, yeah, fuck.
Yeah, it's not that one. It's Power. Or not. Yeah, Power. Yeah. Just making sure I got it correct. But that song's this shit.
He's my boy.
Yeah. Kanye's the dude. He's always been my dude.
He's always like fucking.
Even when he was flying off the handle, I was like, that's my boy.
But I'm just
My boy.
fuck your whole fashion line, Kanye. Got me fucked up with them fucking $100 t-shirts and shit.
He actually addresses that in one of his interviews. Like it wasn't like Kanye was like, yeah, make that shit $100. There's like a whole like fucking thing about it, but I forget which interview it is. But.
That's what I would have said too. Kanye, you ain't slick. People bought them shits though. You know, people bought them shits. So
Yeah.
like, I mean, that's good money. You can get it.
Yeah. Once you have like, that's the thing. Once you have like that fucking community that you already established, fucking, you'll never go broke, bro. You could just sell whatever.
Like, because
sell
there's
the
like
shirt
some
off your skin.
YouTubers that got merch and shit, and it's just silly shit. Like, there's this one guy, I forget who it is, but like, he sells whistles on his like merch site, and like they have his logo on them, and like they're labeled as party whistles on the website, but it's just a regular whistle that has his logo on it, and it's like $25. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, bro? Like, that's crazy. And it said sold out on them. I was like, holy shit! Like, people will fucking buy anything, bro.
Yeah. I mean, that's why you got to be your own brand, bro, and just market that shit up, and then you can fucking sell anything. Sell socks, bro. Fucking make a killing. You already have the 1,000 or 10,000 followers.
Socks, dog.
Yeah. Socks, bro.
First merch drop, socks.
Yep. Got to get them Cultureology socks, bro.
Them shit's limited edition as fuck, too. So,
I love me a good pair of socks.
for real, dude. A good pair of socks.
Especially this time of year when it's freezing.
Yeah, bro. Like, you ever, like, had a long-ass day at work? You sweating, like, you doing the most during the day. You come home, you take a shower, then you put on a fresh pair of socks, bro. Oh, that's, like, one of the best feelings in the world. Like, I love it.
I'd say like getting like after you get out of the shower and shit for sure.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, you come home, you take a shower, and then you put on a fresh pair. Woo! Especially if that's just get out the dryer or something. My lord.
Yeah, I'll only be fucking with ankle socks, but I want to get like some dope tube socks.
Nah,
like,
dude,
I can lean like a cholo.
Like, I want them shits to come up to my knees if possible.
Even in the winter, Mike?
Yep, even in the winter. I'm weird like that.
For that.
Fuck all of that. I've gotten way too much snow in my shoes, in my fucking nah, fuck all of that.
Oh no. Like gotta be the long socks. Gotta be long socks, gotta be black. I don't fuck with white socks. Fucking yeah, they gotta always long. Cause like even in the summer, I like to wear shorts and just pull my socks up and shit. I'm just like, hey.
Yeah, like a cholo. That's what I'm saying. I want to get some long socks just so I could be like, got my dickies. We chilling.
You know what the clean look? You know what's a clean look is socks with slides, bro. I fuck with that. Like that's a clean look.
Yeah, I got some slides on right now. We fucking sliding up in this bitch.
Get some long socks with them shits. Throw a picture on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fucking.
I'll throw some slides on like when I just gotta like run to the store real quick or some shit right over the socks.
Yeah, I fuck with slides.
I want to like get the paper. I want to like subscribe to the newspaper just so I can like walk out to the street, like the sidewalk, in my slides and long socks. Like, hey, just walking in slow mo, like it's fucking baby boy out here.
I don't even think they make paper. I don't even think they make newspaper anymore.
Well, I'm gonna just leave some shit out there and just go
newspaper. What is that?
Yo, you know what I was thinking? Like a favorite that we didn't talk about last week, and like Frank, you could participate in this one too now.
Yeah, we didn't cover.
What's your favorite like gang movie? Like I'm not talking like Godfather or none of that. Like not mafia. I'm talking like gang. I mean, it doesn't even have to be a gang. It's just like a hood movie. You know what I'm saying? Like Menace to Society, like fucking Boys in the Hood, all that shit.
Yeah.
I already know. I gotta save it though. I gotta save
Boys
it.
in the?
No, it's gonna be a sneak one that you're gonna be like, damn, I didn't even think of that.
Yo, I bet you I know what it is.
Goonies.
I know what it is.
That gang.
Goonies is that shit.
Goonies never die.
Goonies never say die.
All right, go ahead.
Mine is actually. All right, you ready for it?
Both wanted.
And this is a movie I used to love fucking when I was young. Like, I used to fuck with this movie young. And I consider it a gang movie. You might not, but it is a hood movie.
Warriors.
And it is Set It Off. Set It Off.
No, I'll accept it.
Movie's fucking
the judges will accept
gangster.
it.
I would put that in like heist movie, but it's a good one.
Movie.
But that's a hood classic.
Yeah, for sure.
You said War, Frank. Is that yours? Because that's what I was guessing. I was guessing that was gonna be Mike's.
What is it?
You said Warriors, Frank. So like, is that yours?
Oh no, that is a good one though.
That's a good
Mike
one.
said it was a sleeper. I thought you were gonna say Warriors.
Yeah, that's why I said
that's a good one.
No, mine had. Oh man, if I'm going based off of like the one that I used to just watch all the fucking time, like Friday night, not doing shit, staying home, just like smoking weed and shit. I don't know if y'all have ever seen it's called Harsh Times with Christian Bale. It's fucking sick. It's the same director that did Training Day and actually no, you know what? I take that back. That's a close second though. That's like an honorary mention.
I was gonna say pick something we heard of.
What's up?
I was gonna say pick something we heard of.
Y'all never heard of that, bro? Y'all gotta check that movie out. That's like a underrated, slept on fucking movie. Harsh Times.
What's it about? What's the premise?
So Christian Bale, he's like this PTSD fucked up in the head motherfucker from the like special ops type shit. And then he's like a white boy, but he was raised in like East Los Angeles with all the fucking cholos and all that shit. And he'd be fucking all these Mexican bitches and getting into hood shit with his fucking homie that he grew up with. Fucking Freddie Rodriguez is in it from Pest and from fucking.
Oh yeah,
that sounds dope as fuck.
A bunch of shit. Dude, it's sick because it's like Training Day because he's when he gets back home, to California. I won't give too much of the movie away in case y'all want to watch it. But when he gets back home,
I want to watch it.
He's trying to be a detective, like a LA detective, and he keeps like turned down and shit. And he ended up like, what?
He turned rat. He turned state's witness.
No, he's basically trying to be like Alonzo in Training Day.
Oh, okay.
But they keep turning him down because he's like getting fucked up. He's like smoking weed and like he's not passing the psyche evaluation shit because he's all fucked up in the head. And it's like a day, and like the movie takes place over like 2 days, and they just get into all this crazy shit. Motherfuckers get fucked up and killed. It's like brutal, bro. Like it's fucking crazy. Y'all gotta check it out if you see it. But
that sounds crazy.
This is like early Christian Bale too, huh?
This is like right after the first Batman Begins. Like he was already Batman. Yeah.
He was already Batman at this point?
Yeah.
See, that's what Christian Bale's my dude, bro. He's
Batman,
but I'm also out doing these hood movies.
Like after Batman came out, this was around the time he did that movie, and then he did the Terminator movie. Like they came out around the same time. That used to be like one of my favorites, but then I forgot. My number one would probably have to be Street Kings with Keanu.
Dude, that's a good one.
That movie is sick. I used to watch that so many fucking times.
That's a good one. The game.
All the time.
Game's in
the
it.
game is in it. Stop hitting me in my fucking head.
I only ever seen that show one time. It was dope though.
Dude, that movie
that's at
a
time when all I listened to was The Game, bro. I was like, yeah. My dude in that movie. Yeah.
Common's in it.
Alarm Clock ruined the game for me almost.
Mike's fault.
Nothing can ever ruin the game.
Every time, dope boys in the building. What's up, the dope boys? And you would just sleep through that shit. Like that's what pissed me off the most. You would just be like, but that show would wake everybody else up. That fucking ended up crashing.
That's fucking hilarious.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't even have a ringtone on my shit now. I just fucking vibrate that shit, and if I don't get it, I don't get it.
Now I like short, like to the point tones now.
That's all I need.
All I need. Fucking. But anyways, mine is got to be American Me, dog. That shit, like that's like one of those movies, like because I don't own it. Like if it's on or if it comes on Netflix or some shit, like I get hype. I'm like, oh fuck, American Me's on here, and immediately put it on. That's my shit.
Yeah, that movie's crazy. I love that.
I love it. Like I didn't know like all the crazy backstory shit behind it and everything. Like how like Edward James almost like they put a hit out on him after that because like he like did some shit wrong. Like they like how he gets like raped in jail when he was a kid and shit. Like they were pissed off about that and like fucking like a few other things in there. So like they actually put a hit out on him like in real life and shit. And fucking I was like, oh damn, I just learned about that like not too long ago.
Damn, that's crazy. There's another really dope movie. If you've ever seen it, it's called fucking it has DMX in it. It's called
where he's like slinging drugs.
Yes, and he gets that chick hooked on fucking coke or
that movie
that's
called
heroin.
Never die alone.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's fucking.
That's an underrated movie. Not a lot of people have
like,
really fucked with.
She's like, $250,000 ain't shit. He's like, what the fuck she talking about? $250,000 ain't shit. $250,000 is always enough. And fucking like fucks her shit up. Like he laces it with something.
Yeah, gets her stuck on like heroin. Something.
Yeah,
fucks her up. But yeah, that's after she's all like, "You're just my fuck buddy." He's like,
she's like,
"Oh, what?"
Time. Said it was DMX. And he
that movie's fucked up though.
You know what's another dope ass DMX fucking joint? Cradle to the Grave, dog.
That's classic.
That's my shit with Jet Li and shit. And Anthony Anderson. What's homegirls? Gabrielle Union's fine ass in that.
Tom Arnold's
in that.
But you know what? Speaking of DMX, I completely forgot. Damn, I got a couple of favorite hood movies, but fucking Belly That
Dude,
one of my favorite movies of all time. Period.
Belly is an actual, yeah, that's a classic without a doubt. I remember the first time I saw that, bro. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Why did I wait this long to see it?"
Yeah,
Movie's fucking crazy.
yeah, it's like one of my favorite movies, just in general.
Yeah, fucking. I was also gonna give a shout out to Waist Deep. That's another like.
It's a good one.
I feel it's like a lesser known one.
When he smacks him with his own hand, his own severed hand.
Yeah.
Talk about the game. Game's in that as well. Fucking.
Yep.
Like, maybe you hurry up. You get this motherfucker song back on.
Lorenz Tate is in that too.
Hey,
yeah, that's a good one.
Good.
Yep.
Tyrese, obviously. Who the fuck else?
I've only seen that movie that one time, and that was it. But you know what's a funny memory that I have about that is, Brandon, do you remember the night that it was right after our stupid little XL had their like little fucking dance or whatever the fuck it was. And then after that, me, you, Nathan, Natasha, I don't know. I think Haley might have been there.
Fucking See No Evil, bro.
Yeah, we went to go see No Evil with Kane. But in the previews, Waist Deep came on. And you see fucking Tyrese, he's in the fucking Impala and shit. And me and you immediately looked at each other. We were like, Baby Boy 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But we were so disappointed.
We're like, well, guess it ain't Baby Boy 2.
Yeah, I was I remember that now. Fucking disappointed as hell.
It was fucking, because he has the little kid with him and shit. We're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then they get robbed and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking let's see, another dope one I have to say. There's so many dope ones. Like, I'm trying to think of like the ones that aren't like super popular.
Like,
you know
known, yeah.
We got your Menace to Societies, you got your Boys in the Hoods, you got your like Blood In, Blood Outs.
You know what's like, I don't know if it's it's kind of a hood movie, but have y'all ever seen Higher Learning?
Yeah, I think so.
With Ice Cube?
No.
They're all in college. It's Ice Cube and a bunch of other actors. Omar Epps, I think, is in it. And it's like a more of like a intellectual kind of like film, you know what I mean? But Michael Rappaport is in it. He plays like a fucking skinhead. It's crazy.
What?
Oh, damn.
That's
yeah, but
crazy.
it's all about like college and like, you know, like there's a lot of like black empowerment type of shit in there, and like it's a dope movie if y'all ever get a chance to check it out.
Juan, you know, what's up?
Michael Rappaport also in A Day in the Life, that like rap musical.
Oh, Sticky Fingers.
Yeah, fucking like that's such a good movie, and that's one that's like super unknown. Like I don't like, a lot of people don't know about that movie. Like, if you ever get a chance, or go out and find it, like if you're interested, it's called A Day in the Life, and it's
Pretty
like
sure you can watch it on YouTube.
You can?
I think so.
Oh, that'd be dope. I'll search that up after you get done watching this. But like it's entire, like every line in the movie is rapped. Like it's crazy. Like I remember I saw it like randomly on cable one day, and I was like, "Fuck, what the hell is this?"
Yeah.
And like I was waiting for like the rapping to stop, but like it just kept going. I was like, "Is this whole movie like a rap song?" Like it was dope.
Yeah.
Like it was. They even put like little choruses and shit in there. Like fucking, like there's this part where like Sticky Fingers is like talking on like his old school Nextel.
Yeah.
Like the joints had like the walkie-talkie button, and fucking he's like for the chorus, like he's talking to him, and he's like he does the sound. He's like, "I can't hear you, dog. Beep beep. I can't hear you." I was like, "Damn, this shit is dope."
Yeah, that is a good one. I've only seen that one time too.
That shit was fucking dope.
Well, you know, you need to see, Brandon, that me and Frank were just talking about, that I consider the hood movie, is Bright. You gotta fucking see that movie, bro. That shit is dope as fuck. And it's like about wizards and fucking elves and shit, and warlocks and all this other crazy shit. But it's fucking dope.
Yeah, it's like
legit.
Harry Potter. It's like if Harry Potter took place in Compton.
Yes, it's like Training Day mixed with fucking like
Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter.
Lord of the Rings. It's like Lord of the Rings.
I'll watch that shit soon.
Dude, it's fucking dope, bro. Like, even thinking of, like, after we were done talking about it, I was like, I want to watch that again. I've seen that movie like 4 times. It's fucking dope.
Will Smith is all killing fairies in his front yard with like a fucking
It's like fairies' lives don't matter today. Dude, you gotta see it, bro.
He's killing them with like an electric like fly swatter and shit.
Yeah, and it's like stealing shit out of his bird feeder, and it's like screaming. It's like and it's like, what the fuck? It's like annoying. It's like real loud. It's like it's like cracking out.
I'll watch that shit as soon as like tonight.
Bro, it's sick.
Another one. I don't know if y'all have seen End of Watch.
End of Watch is a classic. That shit's sad as fuck.
Yes.
End of Watch is sad.
You haven't seen that, Brandon?
That's like my little brother, like not Devin, but my little brother Rudy. That's like his favorite movie.
Dude, if you get a chance, watch that. It's like all from like POV and like their body cams and shit. It's fucking crazy.
That's dope. But speaking of that type of movie, fucking, have you guys ever seen Hardcore Henry?
No, I've heard about it though. It's the guy from
that's dope.
From District 9.
That movie's dope. Fuck, like it's all
first person.
Yeah, first person. Like the whole movie.
It's
dope.
Yeah,
I remember trailers coming out for it back when it first came out, and I was like, "Oh, that looks sick," but I just never got around to watching it.
Yeah, I remember it was on Netflix for like a little bit, and I was like, "All right," because I never checked it out like when it first came out and everything. But I watched it on Netflix when it came on there, and I was like, "Damn, like fucking this movie's like." There should be more movies like that, I think.
Yeah. Damn, I'll watch that now.
Yeah, it's like that Logic music video.
Under Pressure?
Yeah. Where it's all first person.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
And what's that Joyner Lucas music video? That's
Ross.
Ross
Cappuccino. Ross Cappuccino.
Ross fucking something.
Cappuccioni.
Kappa. Fucking. That's what probably one of my favorite, not my favorite, but one of my favorite music videos.
Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, fucking hood movies, man.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was gonna say like it even kind of borderlines like from hood movies and starts going into like rapper movies, but like I always think of like Juice with Tupac, or like even like Get Rich or Die Trying. Because I remember, what is it?
Poetic Justice.
Yep. Because I wasn't like the biggest 50 Cent fan when like he was in his like peak, and like when that movie came out, I was just like, I could, like it was whatever to me. But my mom was like a big 50 Cent fan, and she rented it, and then I watched it, and I was like, oh shit, this is actually pretty sick.
And I was a super 50 Cent fan back then, because I remember like around the same time the movie came out, like he put out his like little mini autobiography From Pieces to Weight, read that, and then he put out a video game called Bulletproof, played the shit out of that.
Yeah, fucking Bulletproof.
I was like, all three of them joints. I was like, all right, Bulletproof, From Pieces to Weight, and Get Rich or Die Trying. Like, I'm fucking with all of them.
That was crazy. Like 50 Cent's like the only rapper to ever put out a fucking video game to this day. What the fuck?
Wow, he's pretty. He's pretty like money mindset. Like
what about fucking?
He's doing shit.
I'm not talking about the Def Jam fighting shit. I'm talking about like a solo rapper where he's the main
solo game.
character. Yeah,
Def Jam Fight for New York was one of the best fucking games ever.
Those were my shits.
We'd have like that. We'd have like NFL Street 2, like NBA Hoops, like NBA. Those like dude, whatever happened. Like EA Big needs to come the fuck back, because like they had all the dope joints. They had SSX Tricky, the street games like fucking NBA and NFL Street. They even had fucking FIFA Street. Fucking
You remember that other game, Blitz?
Yeah,
Blitz the League, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think that was EA Big. I think that was somebody else. But
Blitz League was sick as fuck though. The story.
Yeah, the second
it was like before like Mortal Kombat got on like the X-ray. You see like their bones breaking in and shit.
Yeah, and like you'd hit the guy and like you'd see like his like ball like popping or some shit like like you'd hit him down low and it'd be like burst testicle, and like you'd be like, oh fuck. And like you could like hit him after the play was over, like just like jump on him. That shit was dope as hell.
That reminds me of Not Another Teen Movie when they tackle that one nerdy kid and just
like
yeah.
And like he's still alive like for a little bit.
Yeah.
He's all happy. He's like
his stomach's like hanging out and like someone like just like the ref runs in and like squishes it.
Squishes his guts.
Yeah. It's like his spleen or something.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie. Like that's Chris Evans at his best right there.
Yeah, that was my favorite. I used to watch the shit out of that movie.
Yeah, that's a classic, man. There's so many lines in that.
A gun.
She's got a gun.
She gets tased.
Yeah, just give us the gun, Janie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And like, because they like try to spoof like what movies are they spoofing with like the sister and him?
Cruel Intentions.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
But in Not Another Teen Movie, like he's like,
they're
like,
actual.
He's like, oh, you're my sister, and she's like, only by blood.
Yeah. Because in Cruel Intentions, they're like step siblings. Like,
is that the one where like they have to bet that he can fuck the girl or whatever?
It's Ryan Phillippe, Reese Witherspoon's like the nice girl. That's how they met. And then the middle chick is Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah, that's her.
That's his stepsister or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
That's like one of my favorite. She's like one of my childhood crushes, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
She's Buffy, right?
Buffy, yep. And Daphne.
Yep, Daphne. Fucking back then I was fucking with fucking Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I was just about to say that. Dude, Jennifer Love Hewitt, bro, was like one of my
like Scream and shit, dog. Like, woo!
Mainly because of all the horror movies, like all those Final Girls. She
wasn't in Scream actually. She was in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
That last summer, yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She was my dream girl in that movie, and then she got like a bunch of plastic surgery, and I'm like, you fucked it up. Fucked up.
I've seen her recently, and she kind of looks the same. I'm pretty sure.
No, she's got a gang of plastic surgery done.
Speaking of plastic surgery,
and I only know because she was my crush. I loved every inch of her, and then I was like, "What did you do? What did you do?"
Fuck, have y'all seen Little Kim like in the last few years, bro?
She looks,
she fucked up, bro. Like I mean, do what you feel, make yourself feel comfortable in your body or whatever. But like, dog, she was like one of the baddest bitches around back in the day. Like, my lord. But now, like, she got that like diamond face, like diamond head type thing.
She's got like that Chrissy. John Legend's wife, Chrissy Teigen, she's like, they both have like those big like cheekbones, squinty eye, like big ass forehead, like
woof.
It's a damn shame that they can't just think they're beautiful without like needing shit like that. It's a sick fucking twisted world.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's the real shame.
I'm so sick and tired of the Photoshop.
Yeah.
Show me something natural, like ass with some stretch marks.
Yep.
If y'all know what song that is, put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments. We'll give you a 99-cent gift card to the site of your choosing.
But
99-cent store.
Even Nev Campbell from the Scream movies.
Oh yeah. Fucking I love
Hello, Sydney.
I was watching I was going through last few weeks ago rewatching fucking Boy Meets World, and one of the Halloween episode where there's like a killer.
Oh God, I got so hyped when that would come on during Halloween.
Yeah, and
When he
fucking,
throws the pencil in the kid's head,
yeah, he's like, we'll
he
always
slides
remember,
down the wall.
we'll always remember he was this tall.
I was like, damn, this is on Disney
Yeah.
Channel.
But Jennifer Love Hewitt is in that episode,
Yeah.
and they're like talking about like who do you think's like the hottest like girl from like a horror movie or something, and like he's like Jack is like fucking, he's like, I like the one with the hottie hot from Party of Five. And like Jennifer Love Hewitt's like Nev Campbell, and Eric's like, duh. And like Eric and her were like dating at that time. Like I didn't even know that.
You know what's funny too is in that
Like
in that episode, Sean, his character is like the Randy from Scream movies. Like he knows like all the horror movie like tropes and shit. He's like, it's just like fuck, what does he say? He like, it's like so redundant, but he's like, this is just like that one scene with the blood in the showers from the movie Blood in the Showers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Yeah, that's what the guy asked him. That's what it was. Fucking that was like fucking Boy Meets World classic, dog. Let's give Boy Meets World flowers.
Shout out to Boy Meets World. I have not seen a single episode of Girl Meets World.
It's goated. That show's goated.
I didn't see this because they didn't. I guess they didn't show this episode on TV or on the day. Because I remember watching it and I was like, what the fuck? I never saw this episode, and it's like it's after like Corey and Topanga break up. Like it's like about drinking, and like he like goes
drinking episodes on there.
Huh?
They had drinking episodes on the Boy Meets World. Sometimes they would just play them super late at night.
Yeah, but I'd never seen this one. Like I'd seen the one where like Sean gets drunk and shit and stuff, but like this one, like Corey, he steals like a bottle of liquor from like his dad or whatever, and like him and Sean go to a party and they just get all fucked up. And then like later on, like they go out and they get like a homeless dude to like buy him beer, and like they like piss
on McMuffin.
They piss on a cop car, but then later they get caught, and like
I'm pretty sure that's super bad.
He's getting yelled at by his parents, and like she's like, would you have driven? And he's like, I wouldn't drink and drive. I'm not an idiot. And like his dad comes in and he's like, you pissed on a cop car while the cop was still in it.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, dude, I'd never seen that one before. Like it was crazy.
Beanie. Oh, that's a new one.
My favorite one was like he
it's him the doll. He's like, Beanie.
He's like Mission Impossible.
Beanie.
But my favorite one is when he like Feeny was like hitting on the dean or whatever, and then like she leaves and like they have like a date, and he's like, Feeny. Feeny. I said, Feeny.
Dude, you know what always blows my mind is that Eric was the voice of
Ron Stoppable.
You know, well, him, but also who else? Come on, y'all know it. Batman Beyond.
Oh shit.
What?
Huh. Crazy. It's been a while.
Yep.
I could talk about Kim Possible too. Ron. What was his name? Ron Weasley? No.
Come on.
Unstoppable. What the
Ron Weasley, man.
And he had a pet weasel, but he wasn't
Naked mole rat, not a pet weasel.
Well, where the fuck is your head going then?
Fucking naked mole rat, bro. What is that? Super freaking thing.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, girl.
I used to love that, dude, when they would play that.
What is that? Super freaking thing. Dude, that song goes off.
Damn. My brain hasn't like processed that in years. That's crazy.
Now you're not going to get it out of your head. It's stuck.
I liked
I'm going to look it up after this.
Senior, and Senior Junior. Those was my dudes. They were like the bad, like some of the bad guys in Kim Possible.
Ah.
The fucking Mexican dudes.
Shigo was my.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They were like luchador wrestlers or something.
Nah, like it was like a rich ass like.
They were like the brothers in Breaking Bad.
It was a father and son though.
But yeah, they're like the brothers in Breaking Bad. They dressed up like them.
But his name was Senor Senior Senior.
Okay.
And his son's name was Senor Senior Junior.
That's funny. Kim Possible was like, if like nothing else was on, I'd watch it. Sometimes I would like get hyped for it. Other times I'd be like, nah. But
what about Sister, my guy? That was
my Go joint. Home, Roger.
Yeah. Fucking Marcus Houston in the cut.
Yep. What does he say? I'll never forget when he's in You Got Served. He's talking to his sister. He's like, would you go home quick acting like a hoe?
Damn, I haven't seen You Got Served in a hot minute.
You fucking got served.
Suckers got served.
Tonight, you suckers got served. Fucking B2K all up in the mix. That was like their movie.
Damn. 2000s fucking. Those were the fucking days.
Dude.
That is all I want to see.
The music.
How'd it go? Baby, turn around and let me see that sexy body go bump, bump, bump.
Yep.
That was my shit. That was my joint.
Fucking B2K. That's crazy.
In like 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah, man.
Fucking Omarion was the only one to survive.
Back then.
Yeah.
Dude, the 90s. Talking about the 90s. I think the 90s is like the best fucking decade ever. They came out with all the dope shit. All the movies they're remaking now are from the fucking 90s. Fucking going crazy with that shit. Best music, best albums, all came from the 90s.
True.
Not the best fucking like
best
everything. Like I was gonna say like fashion, like clothes, like the clothes styles. But even like 90s fucking like, because I'll fuck up a fucking starter jacket, bro. To this day.
Here's an autograph for your daughter. I wrote it on a starter cap.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah, man. I need to get one of them shits again, man. Them shits, especially now that it's cold, them shits about to fucking make a comeback.
Well, and you know what shows dope was dope as fuck that I used to always fuck with is Even Stevens.
Speaking of Kim Possible,
Mother of Pearl Beans.
One of my favorite parts from that show. It was an episode with Beans, and Lewis is trying to get rid of him. He's like the cop from Terminator 2. He can fit through keyholes
under doors.
I like when they have the band, and everyone's coming up with excuses, and he's all It's like, I got a hamster cage stuck on my head. It's like, Beans, you're not getting no hamster cage stuck on your head.
And then like it shows him, he's like, I wasn't lying.
Yeah, he comes and plays, and then he has a hamster cage on his head. It's like, what fun is life if you don't take down your pants and slide in the ice? It's like my grandpa said that, and I've loved it ever since.
To this day.
I like when they're trying to make like a space, like an alien movie. And Tom is like the French director, and he has like Twitty has like a gold tooth,
and he's Tom.
And it was like, rip
it. Yo, give me that too. And then the sprinklers go off, and he's just like, the sprinklers go off, and he's like, stop. Oh, it's my favorite.
Classic, man. Yeah,
Shia LaBeouf in his early days is one of the like funniest.
Well, and that's why I'm so glad he like broke out into Hollywood and started doing like movies like Eagle Eye, all those fucking like. I'm just glad. I mean, like, damn.
I love those, but like, I wish he would get like. He just needs to stop being like so serious all the time. I'm like, I get it, bro. Like. Because he's like, he's been through a bunch of shit, and like, I get it, but it's like, man, I want the happy-go-lucky, like hilarious Lewis back.
What's that movie?
Like, just sprinkle it in here and there.
Well, he made a movie talking about like his childhood and how it was all fucked up.
Yeah, what's what I'm saying? Like his
Yeah.
dad, like
That
pressured
was
him.
super. Like, could you imagine what it takes to like play your dad in a movie about your life? Like, when your dad was like a dick to you all the time and shit. Like,
Yeah.
that takes some fucking like some chops.
Well, and they did an interview with him about that, and he said that like he's resolved the situation, like he's come
Yeah.
to a closure. And
Yeah,
I think Tom Hanks was in the interview with him, and he's all like, "What? Like, how do you forgive your dad for that?" He's like, "I just do. Like, I have to do it for me.
Oh, was
I
it
have
one
to
of those?
forgive him for me, not for him, for me."
You know what? You know what's really cool to watch? Like, I think it might have been what you're talking about, Mike. But sometimes they'll have these round tables with
It's
like
kind of
different
like that, yeah.
with different actors and comedians and shit like that. It's kind of crazy because you never think like, oh damn, I've never seen so and so and so and so together, like talking
That's
about shit.
like what's that British talk show with like the dude and he got the couch and shit?
Graham Norton.
Graham Norton, yeah, that's why I like that. Like all kinds of like mixtures, like you would never think.
I'll just watch clips of that show. Like I'll fucking go down the rabbit hole and binge those for like hours because they're that fucking funny.
Yeah, I like shit like that. Like just interviews in general. I'll watch like interviews sometimes of dope shit.
Yeah.
Like
my favorite interview show now though is Hot Ones for sure. Like that's my shit.
Yeah, they killing it.
There's some
I really like Sean. He's a good interviewer.
Yeah, I want to see him and Nardwuar like interview each other.
They're like, damn, how do you know that?
Yeah, like both of them like just coming back like oh yeah. Well, I know what your mom's second dog's name was.
Yeah. Yeah, they be
like,
doing.
well, I know the brand of soap your grandma used back in the 20s.
Yeah, they be doing deep dives on their guests. Yeah. I like Nardwuar a lot too, actually.
Yeah, he's dope.
I like that he shows off. I like that they focus a lot on the actual music. Like Nardwuar will be like, "Oh, you sampled this record for this," and like they'll talk about old bands and old rap groups and shit. Like I'm a nerd when it comes to that stuff, so I love seeing all that stuff.
I saw one the other day with J. Cole where he's like,
yeah.
Was it true that you told Dr. Dre about Kendrick Lamar?
And he's like,
what the fuck?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm pretty sure only one other person knows that shit.
But he even said, he's like, oh, I'm not gonna say like I was the first and only one to tell him about Kendrick, but yeah, I was definitely like, I remember way back when I told him, I was like, bro, there's this dude from Compton, you need to sign him.
Yeah. Fucking those shits are dope.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking see, what is your favorite album of all time, Frank? That's another thing we talked about last week.
Fuck, album of all time?
It's a hard one.
Yeah. Have you watched the episode yet?
Give me till the end of the episode.
No, it's not up yet. I didn't put it up yet for him to watch.
Y'all, you just said Friday in the chat.
Well, that's when it's out to the public. I didn't know if it was just like uploaded.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah, I just got done mixing it or editing it, and I'll put it up there tonight or tomorrow.
Well, I said America's Most Wanted. Mike.
Album of all time.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you remember what I said?
Fucking you said Eminem Show. And Devin said Graduation Day, I'm pretty sure.
Or just Graduation.
You know what I mean.
Oh, all hip hop.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mine probably won't be a rap album, to be honest. But
there's so many. That's what I'm saying. Like I had to make it hip hop because I'm like, otherwise it's impossible.
If I'm thinking like we're talking about music in general, greatest album of all fucking time.
I'm just your favorite
album of all time.
Just your favorite.
Greatest album of all time. I said, what is your personal favorite?
Well, I know either way. I'm just like, fuck. Out of all the music that I've ever listened to my whole fucking life, like I love hip hop with all my heart, but it ain't gonna be some rap shit. But I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
Yeah, there's so many good ones.
I could put that shit on like fucking whenever. Like I'm always in the mood to hear that fucking album. Oops, forgot to turn the noties off. But yeah, that's like because Ice Cube is like my second favorite rapper of all time. But that fucking album is just fucking so dope, in my opinion.
Ice
like
Cube's,
That's my favorite. That's definitely my favorite album of all time.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to make it hip hop or it would be impossible. Like if I like, I just thought of like, okay, had to be some hip hop shit because otherwise it's too hard. There's just too many good shit. Even with hip hop, it's still hard as fuck. So I had to like,
because even Mike, you love the shit out of Tool. I know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we talk about that in that episode. I talk about like Slipknot, and then he's like, "Oh, so Slipknot's top." I'm like, "Nah, Tool's the top." He's like, "That makes no fucking sense." I'm like, "It's just Tool's the best now. Like they've gone up on my list like 3 spots since I was a little kid." I fucked with Tool back in the day too when I was younger, but not to the level I do now. Like fuck with them all the time.
Yeah. Damn, I don't know. That's a tough one. I might even have to like go through my Spotify and see which fucking album I have like the entire album of. But
okay, see, like the thing with me, like I love all kinds of music, but like when it comes like most other types of music, like I'll listen to a whole album and then I'm just like, all right, I like these like 4 or 5 songs off of this album. Like I can't like and like after that I'm just like, all right, those are the songs I like off of that album. And I fucking move on. Like I only listen to those songs from the album, but like an album like America's Most Wanted, like I like all of that shit. Like I can listen to that shit from first track to last track, like any day.
Well, and you know what album I fucked with heavy back in the day that I'm probably gonna get like judged for because they're not like the greatest band, I guess. But it's Limp Bizkit, Hot Dog Flavored Water, bro. I used to fuck with that album heavy as fuck, bro.
Flavored Water, dude.
I used to fuck with that album so heavy, and then like as I got older, I realized like no one really fucked with them. I was like, what? They're the shit. Like they get a bad rep, I guess, in the public.
I was a big Limp Bizkit fan too as a kid.
Back in the day when I was like super young, like I thought, like because I didn't really listen to music back in those days, but like I thought. For some reason, I thought Limp Bizkit and Slim Shady were like the same thing. So I was like whenever someone would say either one of those names, I'd be like, all right, so that's those guys. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until later I was like, oh, Slim Shady's one guy and Limp Bizkit's a whole band.
Yeah,
and they have nothing to do with each other, really.
On Linkin Park's first album too, I fucked with heavy. Like that's one of the best albums I've listened to, where it's like every song's fucking a hit, bro. Like if you go back and listen to that album now, you realize that's like all their hits right there.
I think like that they got one of the best mashups like of all time with them and Jay-Z. Like that's one of the best mashups.
That shit is sick.
Of all time.
Mm-hmm. And I don't fuck with Jay-Z heavy. I really don't. I remember back when he came out with like Dirt Off Your Shoulders, though, I was like, this my shit. But I didn't like fuck with him heavy. Like still to this day, he's like the only rapper that's like considered one of the greatest that I don't really fuck with. They're not in my playlist.
I got some Jay-Z on the playlist.
I actually became a super big Jay-Z fan over time. Like it's kind of crazy too, because
his 444 album's amazing. I just want to say that.
Yeah. When I was a kid, like it's crazy because like obviously besides like Snoop, 50, but like after like Pac and like Big had passed, it seemed like Jay was like that motherfucker that was just like he was like the face of like hip hop for like a long time. Like he was always just like highly regarded, and I just didn't.
To this day.
Yeah. And like at the time I just didn't get it. I was just like, why? Like, and then like some of his big songs that I heard that I actually liked were like Mike, you said like Dirt Off Your Shoulders, or like the songs that he has with Pharrell, or like actually, you know what? When I was a kid, the first song that made me actually like Jay-Z was the one with the Annie sample. It's a hard knock life.
Dude,
I was like, this is my shit.
That shit's legit. Like,
and he had like H to the Izzo and all them shits. Yeah. Like,
Fucking,
So over time, like I always thought like, okay, he alright, but I just never got like why he was like
one of these days, I gotta
the
like go and
motherfucker.
like really listen to his discography.
Dude,
Yeah,
I have like his
well-
whole catalog.
Well, and that's what's crazy is because he is considered like one of the greatest. But if I listen to a song, I'm not gonna dog it. Like I enjoy it. It's just like I don't know why. It's like the weirdest thing, but it's not like something I'm like I'm gonna go put on the Blueprint or something. Like I just don't
That's
do
a
that.
good album.
And
Yeah,
that's what I'm
that is-
saying. He makes really good music. He makes
Yeah.
really good
Well,
music. So
like,
it's like,
that's
why
album.
wouldn't I listen to him?
Well, and you know what's crazy too is like when 2000s came around, then he started like I kind of I always had like a respect for Jay-Z though, because it always seemed like he had these big records when he started doing like he did 99 Problems, and then he was doing like I'm trying to think of like in the 2000s, like when he first signed not signed but like when him and like off of the Blueprint, like when he was doing music for the American Gangster soundtrack, and like
Great.
another hood one. But fuck, I'm trying to think, but I'm drawing a blank. But then he started doing stuff with like Kanye a lot, like Run This Town, stuff with Rihanna. I was like, damn, I like that's when I like really started noticing. I was like, okay, I actually like quite a few of his songs.
And
like,
the man is a marketing genius, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman.
He's got bars, bro. He's got bars.
Yeah.
What's 50 grand to a motherfucker like me? Can you please remind me?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, like that shit goes hard. Like he's got
Jay-Z.
flow. He's got it all. He's got flow. He's got delivery. He's got bars. And that's what's so crazy why I just don't have him in my playlist. I need to get him on the
send you
playlist.
some stuff, Mike. I'll send you some shit.
I'm gonna throw a few at you real quick. Rapid fire. Try not to think. Just pick one. Jay-Z or Nas?
Nas.
If I'm not thinking, Jay-Z, I guess.
Nas.
Kid Cudi or Kanye?
Kid Cudi. That's a hard one though.
Bone Thugs or NWA?
NWA.
Bone Thugs.
You wouldn't have Bone Thugs without NWA, but
Boom, 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 boom.
Tell me what you
gonna do?
Bone Thugs and Harmony is my favorite rap group, and that's saying something because we
too.
got Wu-Tang, we got so many good.
You know, I
groups.
fucking like.
They're your favorite group, but I bet you ain't watched the verses yet. You'll need to watch that.
I did
shit.
watch it. You shared
Yeah.
it.
with
When they
3-6
fight-
Mafia.
Yeah,
when they fight.
Bro,
I watched that shit, dude. They're the best.
I was watching that whole thing. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, Brandon, but like that whole show just kept getting crazier and crazier. Like when they got into a fight, I was like, oh man, I was like, well, this shit's over. But I was like watching it. Like while I was watching it, I had like paused it and went to go do shit. And, I was like kind of watching it here and there. So once they got in a fight, I was like looking at my video and like it still had a bunch of time left. And I was like, what the fuck? So I like skipped forward a little bit and I was like, oh, okay. They worked it out. They continued the show. If that wasn't the only crazy thing, like that would have been one thing. But then it kept going. And then they bring out Chameleonaire. They bring out fucking Terrence Howard. They bring out, I was like, this shit's fucking insane. It just kept getting crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
And Bone Thugs won that, didn't they?
I don't know. I don't really give a fuck about.
I'm pretty sure Bone Thugs won.
But speaking of that versus, it shows you just how on their shit they are.
They started the fight, but
it just shows you how on they are because their music phenomenal. And I feel like, they might not put two and two together, but I hear a lot of these new school rappers, like even
they steal their flow.
Both of them, both 3-6 and Bone Thugs.
They're like combined.
Yeah, it's like because I see people who steal 3-6's kind of swag and Bone Thug swag now.
Suicide Boys.
Yes, perfect example.
That's Bone Thugs.
Perfect
and 3-6
example
Mafia right there.
That's the perfect example.
It's like they take 3-6 beats and rap like Bone Thugs over them.
Mm-hmm.
That's like this whole new generation.
Yeah, and that's what I get from especially them because I'm like, this is influenced by like Bone Thugs and 3-6. Like you can just hear it. I'm not dogging on them for it, but it's like you could obviously hear the influence that they had with the newer kind of shit that's coming out now.
Yeah, for sure.
Because back in the day, no one was doing that. Like no one still, in my opinion, can ever fuck with Bone Thug style songs, kind of the way they just do shit. It's incredible.
Yeah, dude.
Did you ever get into Do or Die?
Fuck yeah, dude. That was about to be next.
Twista?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Twista's dope.
Mary J. Blige or Alicia Keys?
Alicia. Oh no.
If I'm not thinking, Mary J.
I don't know. That's the hard one. Like I said, Alicia, so I'm gonna stick with it, but that's so hard.
Yeah. No, just go with your first one. Brandon said no thinking.
Denzel or Samuel L.
What?
Denzel.
Denzel. Denzel, my dude.
I'm just trying to think of crazy ones now. Fucking I don't know. Why don't you think of one?
Now get it out of here.
Yeah. I can't think of it. We over it.
Yeah, it's gone. It's past us.
But yeah.
Shit.
And
but
speaking
what
of
were we talking about
Chameleonaire,
before that?
you're talking about Bone Thugs, but I wanted to bring it back Chameleonaire.
Yeah.
Chameleonaire, at a
One of your
time,
favorites.
I only fucked with his shit. And I was like on a Chameleonaire kind of kick where I was just fucking with Chameleonaire.
I remember-
Everything, his underground shit,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. I was gonna say I remember for a while, like you were playing me all of his like mixtape shit, and I was like, damn, this shit is fucking dope.
Fucking fire, dude. He got bars. He's got sleeper bars. You're like, shit.
And like even nowadays, he's like a fucking mogul. Like he's branched out so much beyond just rap and
Well,
shit.
because he hasn't come out with an album in fucking ever. But
Yeah.
he's still, what he's put out is fucking good.
Yeah.
The mixtape Messiah shit. Yeah. Those are.
King Koopa.
Mhm.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, I definitely fucked with them hard for like a long time where I was only fucking listening to him.
I want to say another rapper. I don't want to say that he's underrated because I'm not gonna speak for like, you know, people that don't even fucking know or whatever. Like I'm sure he gets credit where credit is due, but sometimes I feel like he just doesn't get brought up in greatest
Discussions.
rapper just discussions enough. Is Ludacris.
Dude, and I was just about to talk about this. Who's your favorite South rapper, like Southern kind of ATL rapper? And Ludacris is mine. And that's a tricky one because there's T.I. who's amazing as well.
If we're just saying solo acts, then
T.I. If we're just saying solo acts,
I love Ludacris, but like T.I. is like,
dude,
for a long time, like T.I. was like one of my favorite rappers.
Rubber Band Man is like one of my fucking joints,
dude.
Forever.
But if we're talking like group or more than one person, fucking Outkast, boy.
Oh, without a doubt, Outkast is on another level.
I fuck with UGK fucking a lot.
Well, and the quality of music that the South puts out is incredible. Like, there's so many good rappers from the South, in my opinion. Like, I fucked with there's a time where I fucked with only like Southern rappers, like even like talking about like Project Pat and like fucking going deep into shit. Like Project Pat, 3-6, like, dude, going deep.
Paul.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Paul Wall.
Lil White. Oxycontin, and bars, Percocets, and Lord Tips.
I like Lil White. But like that's the funny thing, like hip hop is so crazy, like all the trends that have came and gone and like things that were big at one point. But like it's funny because like when I was growing up, my mom, she loved Nelly. Like she loves Nelly to this day. And I think
babies.
And like maybe just because she played it so much, I would be like, ugh. But even like a lot of his songs were cool, but then I just remember like when the whole like grills era came through, I was like,
show me your grill.
This shit is fucking whack.
Yeah, there was definitely a time in hip hop where it was just like gimmicky, like real gimmicky.
Yeah,
I wasn't fucking with it. It was a time in like middle school kind of era.
Flashy. It was all about wearing your. Remember the T.I.?
Yeah.
That just shows the influence that the South had though back in the day. Like in the music, dude, because everyone was like, you need to get grills. All the shit that the South started, like, was trending everywhere.
And you know, it's crazy. Their influence, even like if you look at not so much today, like 2022, but if you want to go back maybe 5, maybe a little under 10 years ago, if you look at like guys like Drake, even, or like ASAP, they're super heavily influenced by the South. So it's crazy how like the South even, you know, reached all the way up to New York, and they incorporated a lot of that style into their shit.
Yeah, talking about, dude, the South has I think one of the biggest influences, like as far as reaches in hip hop, that is just attractive to not just fans, but to other rappers as well, like with style, which is saying something.
But what I wanted to get back to saying was fucking Luda, because I remember as a kid, his videos were just so crazy and like creative, and like he had the humor in his raps and shit. But then at the same time, he could also like rap some of the hardest shit. He could do the fast fucking double time flows, like, and then just his longevity. Because I remember, you know, like Chicken and Beer or like Word of Mouth. Like
Word of Mouth was one of my favorite albums.
Yeah, like I remember those being like his earliest shit. And then I remember like the last time he really put out music, I mean, he did Ludaversal. I think that was like his last like actual studio album. But I mean, like before that, when he was like really like had hits on the radio and all that type of shit, was like either Theater of Mind or Battle of the Sexes. And that's when he was doing like Drop It Low and like shit like songs with Chris Brown and all that shit. But I mean, he did his thing for a while. Like, it's kind of crazy. And then fucking Vin Diesel got a hold of his fucking ass.
Well, and Ludacris actually used to be my favorite rapper when I was younger. Before, like, I used to fuck with Eminem heavy. Like, before he like won me over, and I was like, dude, this dude's the greatest. Like, like Ludacris was the one I fucked with heavy, like heavy, like all his shit. Like, even to this day, like, I don't know, like Red Light District. I remember I went to go get that shit at Target, and this is back when like they only had like the fucking edited shit in Target. So I got it, and I was like all pissed. I was like, I went home. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I was like, we gotta go back now, Mom. This is not going down.
That was before Spotify and shit, y'all.
Dude, you had to go to the place and get your shit.
For real, you had to go and buy the CD.
You had to wait for the day.
Yeah.
Fucking say, Mom, I'm skipping school this day. We getting that album.
Do y'all remember Sam Goody in the Westminster Mall? It was like a CD store, but
yeah,
that's where I used to buy shit from.
Dude. But yeah, never buy albums at Target. I don't know if they changed their policy, but they're whack.
Fucking, do they
give us the fucking actual versions?
Yeah, they sell them. I'm pretty sure they sell the explicit versions now.
Back then, I don't think they did. I was like, I just grabbed it. I was like, yes, they got a copy.
Fucking this kid that we went to middle school with, Frank, fucking who shall remain nameless.
Nathan?
No. What the fuck? Well, if it was Nathan, it's cat's out the bag now.
Allegedly.
But it wasn't Nathan. But remember?
You mean? No, I'm just kidding.
7th or 8th grade, I remember 50 Cent. I remember the album Massacre or whatever the fuck it was called.
Mm-hmm.
That shit had came out, and like it was this kid's birthday, and he had asked that for his birthday. I remember, and like this girl that we went to middle school with, she got it for him. Like he was opening his gifts and shit, and like he got it, but it was the edited version. And he was like, "What the fuck is this?"
I think I know who you're talking about. I wasn't there for that, but I'm pretty sure.
He's like, "Anybody want this?" I was like, "Damn, bro."
Dude, yeah, that shit hits hard. That shit used to hit hard back in the day. I'm like, what the fuck? I remember I went to the store one time, and like my mom had to get me the albums because they were, you know, mature or whatever the fuck, are explicit. And like, I remember like they would always like hassle me. Like they would always hassle my mom. They're like, "You sure you want to get him this? There's some real shit going down in this album." And she'd look at him like, "Yeah." And I'd look at him like, "Dude, I'm gonna fucking punch you in the balls. Like, get the fuck out of my business. My business, my business."
Yeah,
I was a menace back in the day.
Yeah.
Brainwashed from rock and rap.
Two rats in a stocking cap.
Yep.
just fucking switch houses if I wanted to get away from like if I wanted to get away with some shit like that, I had to go to my dad's house because he was the parent that didn't give a fuck like about like he let me play GTA and like listen to or watch whatever fucking. But my mom was always the one like, "What is that? What is that? What are they saying? What are you doing on that game? What kind of movie is this?"
Yeah, I had friends too. Like I would show some of my friends music, and that's when it like hit me like, oh, some people don't fuck with this. Because I would show like my friends shit, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble." I'm like, "Really? This is the best shit."
Yeah.
But
to be honest, you know what's crazy? To be honest, like when I was a kid, my I guess like catalog or whatever of music was very like I didn't have an appreciation for music like I do now when I was a kid. So like when I was a kid, what I was listening to was like whatever was on the radio and then whatever my parents liked. I'm so glad I had a cool ass mom because my mom fucking loved anything rap and hip hop. But she also listened to like a lot of like R&B, like you know, fucking Janet Jackson and TLC and like that type of shit.
Salt and pepper.
Like, yeah, all the good shit like that. But like if I was just on my own discovering music, it's funny because the shit I would listen to, it mainly came from like movie soundtracks. Because like I'd watch the movies and like they'd have a song in there for like a fight scene or like in the credits or whatever. And I'd be like, "What is that song? That's dope."
The Godzilla soundtrack.
Like which one?
The original Godzilla soundtrack, the remake, like the one with the baby Godzillas.
Oh, with Puff Daddy.
That shit go hard.
Yeah. But that's what I'm talking about. Like shit like that. Like I would see the movie, hear the music from it, and I'd tell my mom or my dad, I'd be like, "I need the soundtrack to that." And then I would only listen to it for like the 2 or 3 songs that were like that jumped out at me. But I didn't really start like collecting and like how we were talking about earlier, like listening to albums like front to back and shit. I didn't really do that as a kid, like it because nothing really jumped out at me like that where I just like put something in my stereo and just like let it play all the way through. I'd like maybe listen to like 1 or 2 songs and I'm like, all right, next, put the next one in.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, see,
or you guys remember when the big home stereos had like 6
6 slots?
That you could just,
I have one of those.
them.
I have one of those still.
Shit. That's how I would play my shit. I would just be like, okay, I want to hear 2 songs off of this album. Okay, skip to the next CD. Play like 3 songs.
They don't know the struggle. They don't know the struggle, Frank.
But that's like
what you
do. Like my pops had one of those, and he just had between him and my uncle, they just had like a fucking mass quantity of like CDs and like tapes and shit.
Yeah.
And like fucking like I would just fucking put one in there, listen to it like while I was playing video games or some shit, and then fucking be like, "Oh, this album's dope. That album's dope." Like fucking like that type of shit. But like I didn't really like connect it like I was just be like, "Damn, I like this CD." Like fucking I remember what this one looks like. Fucking
right.
I never was like, "Oh, this is fucking like this dude, this album." Like
like,
all right, I know what picture it has on there.
Yeah. I also used to listen to the Nows a lot.
Like now.
Yeah.
Because my mom would just buy those for like, you know, all the popular songs that were out at the time.
Like mixtapes.
Yeah, and then I would listen to them and I would just pick my favorite shits out of those. And yeah, like my shit was just real random. Like
you guys remember fucking
grab
burning CDs and then writing like the whole track list.
Dude, I remember when that first became a thing. My mind was blown. I was like, "What? You're telling me you just go on this internet site and get some shit and download it to this fucking disc?"
It's called LimeWire.
Yeah.
Napster.
And it gives you fucking viruses.
Yeah. It gives you a virus. Yeah.
But dude,
computer AIDS.
It's interesting that you were telling them about like how you weren't like fucking with CDs like heavy, dude. I remember like young, like I mean, for like my 7th Christmas, I wanted only CDs. Like I was like fucking addicted to like fucking music, and just because back then it was like a discovery, it was like an adventure. Because you didn't have like shit getting shoved down your throat. Like you had to just go like stumble upon an album or a CD and then get your mind blown by like, who the fuck is this? Well, at least for me, you know, like, because I was just new, grabbing anything I can take in, rock, rap, anything. And I remember like my mom had a bunch of CDs before I wanted my own. And I just heard like all these dope ass like Megadeth, like Metallica, all these really dope ass bands. And I was like, and that's before I fucked with rock or hip hop heavy. But then for like my 7th birthday, I just wanted nothing but hip hop. I was like, I just want a bunch of random hip hop songs or hip hop CDs. And I'm just going to dabble into it because I didn't know most of the artists. Like I didn't know Ludacris at this time, but I got a Ludacris album. I also got a LL Cool J album. He was actually my introduction into hip hop music. LL Cool J.
Me and my mom used to listen to a ton of LL Cool J. It's funny because
one of my first albums I've ever owned was an LL Cool J album.
Well, you know what's crazy is like back then, you know, artists when they would put out an album, them shits would have like 24 songs on that shit.
Yeah.
And it's like back then
the deluxe album now.
Yeah, it's like now, you know, it's like back then, that's kind of how you like Mike, you said, like listening to an album like that was like a whole like it was like watching a movie or an experience. Yeah. Or like having a good book that you could read.
Yeah.
You know, it had replay value and shit.
That's like back before, like motherfuckers couldn't just like upload a single song to Spotify like by themselves back in those days. Like they had to like call the agency, get them to call the radio station, fucking put the one single out, fucking. It would only come on sometimes during the day, like, you know, fucking.
I mean, you could. I didn't know this till later, but like, you know, some artists, depending on how big the song was or whatever, they would release just like a single on like CD, and sometimes they'd have maybe like a B-side to it, or, you know, not like literally, like that'd be like more like for tapes, but you know, they would release a CD with like the big single on it, and then they'd add another track on there that was like not as popular or whatever. But I mean, yeah, but see, like for me, when I was a kid, I just didn't gravitate towards music like that because I was like always into like video games and action figures. Like that was kind of like how I like where my imagination was, and like how I like escaped and shit. My first thoughts weren't to music, but it's funny because when I would be playing video games, Brandon, like you said, or when I'd be having like these crazy like big ass wars with all my action figures and shit, I would always have some kind of music playing in the background, like to add to the, like I was like always making my own movies in my head. Yeah. So I would always have music playing in that aspect, but it was never like you were saying earlier, like, oh, okay, I know this artist, it's by this, it's this album, this song, and all that.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, and it's dope because like what you were just saying about like you would jump to songs. Like I remember back in the day when I was heavy into music at a young age, and like only people listened to the radio, like they would only know the songs of Ludacris that were on the radio, like Move Bitch, like, and it was just called Move on the radio. But like, I used to fuck with like all his songs. I was like, those aren't even his best songs. Like he's got some, I would get like all my friends on the sneak tip on like the songs that you had to like have the albums for, and I would always play them for like my friends.
You knew all the deep cuts.
Well, and it's like still to this day, as you were saying, like it's an experience. Like still to this day, if I listen to a new album, best believe I'm listening to that shit front to back, not skipping no fucking nothing. I can't do it. It's not.
I don't see how some people can do that, man. Like especially if it's a new album to me, I have to listen to it. Fucking.
There's sometimes where if I'm listening to an album, like I'll usually listen to it front to back, and then I'll try to listen to most of the song, and then if I'm like halfway through or like 3/4 of the way through and I'm like not really feeling it, I'm like, oh, okay, I get the idea. It's probably not going much anywhere else besides this. I'll skip to the next song, but yeah, most of the time I'm listening to that shit beginning to end.
Yeah, me too, all the time.
I don't even like hearing like songs or like people be like, oh, you hear this fucking song off like this new album and shit? I'm like, nah, nigga. because I want to listen to that shit in the intended order. Like unless it was released like as a single, like way before the album came out, you know what I mean? But like,
yeah, I'm weird like that.
Like,
Definitely the first listening.
If it's like a brand new album, someone just wants to show me one song off it, I'm just like, nah, bro. Like,
yeah, definitely the first listening. I'm listening to it start to finish.
I'm always concerned because, like, you know, like we like.
That's how I judge an album.
I don't know like about nowadays, but I feel like back in like our come up days, like our middle school and high school days, like albums often had like skits on them. Yeah, and like they had to be listened to in order of like where they were actually placed in the fucking album. To make sense. I'm always like thinking I'm gonna miss out on something like that to like nowadays, like if I fucking like listen to it out of order, even though like not that many people be putting skits in their fucking albums now and shit.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll get like interludes and intros or outros, but yeah, not a whole lot of like actual skits where like there's no music playing. There's just like some kind of crazy like
motherfuckers were like
with characters and
motherfuckers were like professional voice actors back in our day. Like they're
well, and you know what's crazy? Some people still fuck with albums that way, where they just skip. Like they don't like, they'll like listen to like Tool or something, but they'll only listen to like 2 songs, or they'll listen to like Jay-Z, but they only listen to like his hits. It's like, if I fuck with somebody, I fuck with them. Like, it don't matter what song you throw on, I'm fucking with it. And that's just crazy to me. Like some people are like that, where they're just like, I only listen to the shit that's on the radio, or I only listen to like, you know, it's like, what? Like, I just consume it all. Like, I'm talking about hip hop, everything but like country. Unless it's like, Johnny Cash.
I have like,
I love me some
like I do like if I fuck with a rapper or like an artist or whatever, fucking what have you, like I do like I'll fuck with all their shit, but like there are like I can acknowledge like, okay, like I love this rapper or this artist, but they do have some shitty songs that I skip. Like, dude, fucking what?
Fact's the best song ever.
I skipped that one.
Dude, it's on his greatest hits. That's the funniest thing.
That's why on that song Shady 15, he's like, I'll put that shit on a greatest hits album. Man, that was awesome. Yeah. But
fucking that's why he's the GOAT, man.
Since it's New Year's, either one of y'all got any resolutions?
I don't do that shit. That's corny as fuck.
Make more money. That's my resolution.
Talking to Mike and his ghost.
What do you need a first day of the year for to change your fucking life and create some healthy habits and shit for?
All right. My New Year's resolution is to have the most successful year of my life. Just in general. And that next year is going to be even better. And then the next year is going to be fucking the next thing. But that's what I'm on right now. Just more success every day. More knowledge, more understanding, more wisdom. And that's an everyday thing, not a New Year's thing, like Frank was saying. But for real, that's what I'll be on. Trying to be, at least.
Fuck that.
That's what it's about, bro. You got to one-up yourself every day. And if you ain't, you're fucking up.
My birthday today. Fuck that.
You're fucking up.
Clean yourself up.
It's getting juices in our water supply.
For real shit.
Do you simply take the dirt and rub it upon your face?
What about you, Brandon? What is yours?
Nothing really. I just wanted to ask since it's New Year's. Feel like I'm gonna be the same piece of shit this year that I was last year. So, you know.
Damn.
Gang shit.
Send that bar.
Gang sheet out here.
That's funny.
Fuck,
you should probably rethink your life choices.
Yeah.
You think saying that sentence. I regret none of my choices. I made them for a reason.
Damn.
You wouldn't be you.
No regrets. RAGRETS. Regrets.
Yeah, you wouldn't. I actually saw the movie the other day.
You don't
know what I'm
got
saying?
not even one letter.
Know what I'm saying? You deviated my septum. Know what I'm saying?
What you gonna do about it, eyebrows?
Classic.
Oh, shit. You know what's crazy though? Going back to hip hop real quick, I just want to say, I remember the first time I fucking heard. I'm just curious, like the first time, if there's an artist, the first time that y'all guys heard them, if it like completely like, if it was like something that like was completely new and different, like for whatever the genre was. Because I remember the first time I ever heard Tech-9 was on Caribou Lou. And at this time, let me see, I was in high school. So at that time, you know, all the stuff that was popular was like Kanye, Jay-Z, T.I. was doing his thing. Like Lil Wayne was super popular.
Wiz.
By this time, well, I didn't get into Wiz till I was like out of high school. But who else? Like, you know, he was like kind of on hiatus at that time with rehab and shit. But anyway, like when I first heard Caribou Lou and the shit that Tech-9 was doing with his vocals and like the way he was spitting, I was like, what the fuck even is this? Like, I was like, this, like, it was like so unique and completely different from like the way everyone else literally was rapping. I was like, this is like some like alien technology shit that I just did. Like, my brain did not know what the fuck was happening. Because obviously I didn't know until later, you know, that he had Chris Calico on a lot of his songs.
Yeah.
Doing, like,
So you thought it was just one dude.
I was like, he's doing all of this? I was like, what the fuck? This is crazy.
Well, I remember that. Yeah, that shit hit like a fucking tsunami through the schools. But this is the thing about like high school and just school in general. I tended to like gravitate towards the music that wasn't popping or people didn't fuck with. Cause like if I would be playing it in my car, like they'd be like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't want to be playing the shit that everyone's playing. So like Caribou Lou, I kind of slept on just because it was like, it hit hard and it was dope. And then I really when I really started fucking with Tech-9, I got into his, you know, just his playlist and I heard a song called Come Gangster. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like in that moment, it changed my life. I was like, this is fucking awesome.
I
was like, this is one of the hardest dudes doing shit right now.
That what, Brandon?
I said to this day, Come Gangsta is like one of my favorite Tech-9 songs.
It is. That and Red Nose are my two favorite.
I remember this other time I was
like that song's on. You don't want to see me and Nathan in a fucking game of beer pong, dog. We'll end this shit real quick.
Come Gangsta.
Think, heating up. Fire, give it back. Oh, that's 2 gas, same cup, bitch.
That song goes harder than a lot of songs I've ever heard.
I remember too, this one time I was actually at school on lunch. I went to Subway. I'll never forget this. I went to Subway and I had pulled up and just parked. And then a car pulled up next to me and they were bumping Tech-9. I didn't know it was Tech-9 at the time because it was just like, because I didn't know who the fuck it was. But they pulled up and they were playing That Box.
Oh, yeah, that's a good song.
Where he's like,
damn, I haven't seen that.
That Box.
Did it?
Yeah. I'm looking for a little lady with a lot of butt so I can get you to my. I was like, what the fuck is that?
That's a dope one too. Damn, it's been a minute.
Yeah,
like his early shit, I was just like, this is just so like he was ahead of his time. Honestly,
Tech-9 is still one of the dudes that like every time I hear him, he impresses.
I get excited. Yeah,
he impresses every time I hear him. I'm like, what the fuck?
Even the song with The Rock, that joint, I was fucking hype as fuck.
That's my shit.
That album's fucking fire.
Even for as long as he's done it, he still is just like never ceases to amaze me. I'm like, damn, how do you? He's always doing new flows or
he's goated for sure.
Dope beats.
Again, but like back to what what you originally asked us and shit, Frank. Because like I said before, like when I would listen to music before, it was never like I'm a super big fan of this artist or whatever. Like I knew songs and like like I would remember songs, but I never really like paid attention to like who it was or whatever, like and stuff like that. But like once I started getting more into music and all that, I really only fucked with hip hop and like R&B and shit, like fucking until I got to high school and like I started hanging out with like fucking Jacob and David and shit, and like they was always listening to like metal and like rock and shit. And then Metal Mike got into the mix, and like he played guitar and shit. And he was always bringing like his guitar and his amp and shit. Like he'd be playing songs that he wrote, and I'd be like, damn, I fuck with this. Like this is super dope. Like maybe I should start listening to more of this like type of music. So they like exposed me to like Megadeth and Metallica and like fucking like all the old school shit, like fucking like Jimi Hendrix and fucking like Styx and shit like that. And like that's like when because like before that I was always like, man, that shit's whack. Like get that shit out of here. Like fucking
damn.
Like I'd be like only songs I fuck with is the songs on Dazed and Confused, because that movie's been my movie since like childhood. But like fucking after they showed it, I was like, damn, like this music is like equally as dope as fucking hip hop.
Yeah, I fucks like, with all shit.
I always remember fucking like the song that really like burst the floodgates for me was fucking Master of Puppets.
Oh really? Fuck yeah.
That shit. I was like, what the fuck? Like this guitar shit. Like, see, like my shit's fucking up because I'm so hyped.
I thought you fell back at first.
I was like, man, this shit is dope as fuck. Like this, like the guitar solos, and then like I remember after that, like I think I asked Metal Mike, I was like, yo, what's like another dope ass band that like you think I like? And then he suggested Rush to me, and like. Fucking, I heard Tom Sawyer and fucking like Limelight and all those fucking greatest, like some of the greatest songs of all time, in my opinion.
You know what's funny, real quick? I heard Tom Sawyer as your phone ringtone, Brandon, first before I even saw Fanboys.
For real?
And yeah, and when that shit would come on, when it's like,
yeah,
I was like, what the fuck is that? What is that song, Brandon?
Yeah. Because that was my shit. I remember
and you would always tell me, and I'd always forget every time.
I remember I heard that song before I even knew who Rush was. Like, and then like, because I remember it was like one of the soundtrack songs for All Pro Football 2K8. And like I was always like, damn, this fucking song is fucking hitting.
Yeah.
And then like, but like I never would pay attention because like that was like back before like we could just download shit or just like go on Spotify and stream it. Fucking that was like before YouTube was really popping. And like then like after I actually heard, like knew who it was and listened to it, I was like, damn, like this is like one of my fucking favorite songs. Like the drum solo on that song is like legendary.
Fuck yeah. Even the synth on that is crazy.
Yeah, dude, fucking that's definitely one of my favorites.
And I love like being just like open with all music, because then like I can relate to a lot of people when they tell me like who their favorite shit is. Like if someone tells me like why Rush is their favorite, if I already know. Like you can like see like why certain bands are people's shit, like their best, like Kiss or Rush, for example. Like there's some songs that are so like flawless where it's like, holy fuck. So I love how I can just relate to all kinds of forms of life and music.
The only reason I really even fuck with Kiss is because of Detroit Rock City.
Kiss is the shit.
I was never really a
Love Gun?
Satan's Service.
Nights in Satan's Service.
Dude, I'm about to watch that. I love when he's waking up in the morning and he answers the phone and the shit hits him in the face.
Oh yeah, like the stretchy, like the
the cord.
And he's like, because like it's like wrapped around his leg.
Yeah,
like,
his jeans or something. Just his face when he's like,
fucking fuck, it's Elvis.
But yeah, back in high school, I remember like we used to fuck with music heavy. Frank, you and me.
Yeah. Like
that's when we were into the game like heavy, and I was like, yo, fuck with the game, and I used to fuck with the game heavy in high school. And you know what's interesting? I used to always fuck with Lil Wayne before he was even on the radio. And then he came out with Lollipop and stuff, and I was like,
Uh,
I hate it.
cut.
cut it.
Cut it.
Well, you know what's funny, Mike? I remember
Like,
that. I remember like I'd have just a bunch of like kind of random shit I was listening to. Because again, like at that time in high school, I hadn't really locked on to like any particular artist that I liked that I was like, oh, I want to listen to all their shit or all this person's shit. I was kind of just like all over the place. Actually, it's kind of funny. I do remember in high school, I listened to a lot of like the like I don't know what you would call it, like, but like Cholo, like Chicano, like rap and shit, like Cypress Hill and like Lil Rob.
Lil Rob, yeah.
Kid Frost. I was like big into all that shit. But I remember like once me and Mike started hanging out a lot. What is it? Mr. Capone, yep, with Busy Bone, all that shit. But fucking I remember
who is
what
go
up?
ahead. I'm trying to think of go ahead.
I remember when I started kicking it with Mike a lot, that's when Mike was like showing me all the games shit that I hadn't heard. Because I heard like, you know, MVP and like all his hits with 50, but I hadn't heard like the deep cuts. And I was like, damn. And that's like when I was always in love with like West Coast shit because of like Snoop and Tupac and Ice Cube and all that. But all the game shit kind of like got me back into all that because I'm like, oh damn, his shit was so hard. But it was like newer at that time, but he was still rapping about lowriders and all that shit. I'm like, the game is fucking dope.
Yeah.
That was my guy.
Who I was trying to think of when we were just naming like all the fucking like Chicano Cholo rappers and shit. I was thinking of Mr. Criminal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mr. Criminal. All those dudes. Capone, Criminal. Even like Baby Bash back in the day. I used to
fucking Baby Bash.
Ton of shit. Him and
don't fly.
Him and Sean Kingston.
Yeah. Huh?
Him and Sean Kingston. What was that song? Fuck. Fuck, I don't remember how it goes.
Kingston, Beautiful Girl, Sean Kingston?
Yeah. They had a song together.
Let me see. I'm gonna have to look it up now.
That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, I used to fuck with all that shit too. Like,
oh, what is it?
What is it? What is it? What is it?
Yeah,
that was my shit back then.
Fucking ABDC.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. Speaking of that, dog.
Damn, that's another crazy thing.
Shit. Like that show fucking was legendary, bro. I still remember the night we watched fucking Super Crew do the ball and shit when they like threw the money out of their pockets.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking ridiculous. And the Jabberwockies coming up joint, man.
Yeah, Jabberwockies, man.
Shit.
I want to love you, PYT.
Hey, Go Productions.
Yeah, search the fucking ocean floor of YouTube for Kego Productions.
Somewhere on YouTube, there are videos.
There may or may not be.
Allegedly, we did this, but the PYT Jabberwockies dance.
Yep.
Your boy and Frankie Styne.
That's so funny because we even had blazers and everything.
Yeah, we fucking and we had like matching mellows. I remember.
Dang, we did. The black
we had like the red polos.
Yep. Fuck, we were killing it.
For real, we were like unit back then. Like fucking, we was out here.
That was like the hardest choreography I've ever learned.
Dude, yo, you know what I was thinking of the other day? Remember when we had that whole plan? Like we were like gonna like do like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song for the talent show.
Oh yeah.
And then like we
the full version.
We like signed up for it and everything, and then like
never even went.
You came over so we could work on it like on like a weekend or some shit, and then we're just like, fuck it, like, can we really be bothered? Like,
yeah, that was funny.
Fucking shit.
But hey, we were on to something. We knew,
we
were gonna be something of some capacity back then.
That shit was fucking classic.
Oh shit.
Oh man. So has anybody got any takebacks, apologies, compliments, epic slams?
Nah. But I will say, I think, and I don't know, I personally don't categorize him as hip hop, but I guess you could say it's kind of hip hop. But I think I've picked my favorite album of all time.
Okay, well,
it would have to be Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon, the first one.
Damn, of all time?
Of all time. If I'm really thinking about it, because listening to that album front to back, it just is so all over the place. Like
I can respect it.
Some psychedelic shit. It's also got like Up and Away on there. Like it doesn't feel like just a hip hop album all the way through.
I love that song too.
Well, Kid Cudi's one of those artists that don't sound like anyone. Like no one sounds like Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'd have to say that one. Like that was like one of the first albums I actually listened to. Like,
dude, I remember speaking of Kid Cudi. I remember the first like. I feel like a lot of people's first Kid Cudi song was Day and Night. But like I still remember like back in the day, I used to watch this channel on cable called like the End. Fucking and like it was like they had like Degrassi and like fucking like
like,
it
was Noggin.
The Noggin.
Yeah.
But that was like the kid. That was like during the day. That was the kid shit. Like fucking The End was like after the sun went down, dog. That's when they played Degrassi and like Radio Free Roster.
No, I'm just kidding.
And they would play like music videos like in between shows and shit. And like they would always play Day and Night, and then they'd play Kick Push.
Like, damn!
Every fucking night. And I like that's how I learned about Kid Cudi and Lupe. Was from the channel, and I was like, damn, what is it? Like I don't even skateboard, and like this is it. Like,
I remember. Damn, I remember the first time I ever heard Kick Push was at a Foot Locker at the mall. Because, like, you know how they would just be playing random music on the TVs and shit. And I just remember hearing that beat. I'm like, man, this shit is smooth. Like, it's jazzy. And then I would look up and watch the video. And I'd be like, what? This dude's, like, rapping about skateboarding and shit? I was like, this is crazy. Yeah. And then, like, it made me want to fucking, I was like, I wish I could skate, but I fucking suck.
Fucking, that was, speaking of that, like, fuck, you know, like back in the day, like when you go to places like Foot Locker and shit, and like
Journeys and shit.
Yeah, Journeys, like fucking all those, like fucking, and like you'd hear the songs over the radios, and like you'd just like fuck, like if nobody you were with,
we didn't have Shazam and shit.
Fucked. But now, like I feel like we're so blessed now because like I do this shit all the time. Like I'll be at a store or at a place, and a song will be playing. I'll be like, damn, that's a funky ass song. I'll be like, fucking Siri, what's that song? And like just like 5 seconds later, I know the song. Fucking like I did that shit at PF Chang's the other night.
Dude,
like,
I was just about to talk about that.
They were playing
PF Chang's
beat, and fucking like I was like, yo, Siri, what's that fucking song? And like, boom, done, got it now.
You got PF Chang's song?
Yeah, dude.
Damn, that shit was fire, bro. We passed by that shit. We're like,
for real, like when we were waiting for you to show up, Frank, like we were like, I was like, hopefully he doesn't walk by PF Chang's, or else he's just gonna be standing there rapping for a minute.
Yeah, we even made a joke about it. We're like, yo, he got lost in the PF Chang's beat.
Yeah, fucking.
Because it's captivating. It will trap you in there if you got bars, bro.
Yeah.
They're good. That's funny.
Fucking amen.
PF Chang's got the bangers.
Dude, they got the fire beats.
Bangers.
And like, that ain't even the first time I heard some fire shit at PF Chang's. I was out there, I was door dashing like downtown, and like I was at a PF Chang's, and they were playing some fire shit there too. I was like, damn, it's just countrywide, like nation, like franchise wide. They're just like only the fire beats.
They have to change their name to PF Bangs.
PF Bangs. But yeah, that shit captivates you, bro. We were trying to walk by and we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, fucking.
But no, you know what's crazy is like when I first heard Day and Night on the radio, I was kind of like, I didn't get it at first. You know, like I heard it and I was just like, like it just didn't do anything for me like at first. Like I thought the beat was super cool. Like the more and more, because it's funny, like I would only hear random pieces of it every time I heard it. And then I'll never forget this one time, I remember it like vividly. I was actually at Gen X, the fucking huge one.
Love Gen X.
Down on Federal.
Oh yeah.
If any of y'all are from Denver,
I got the hoodie.
Colorado, shout out to Gen X. Y'all know what's good.
Keep the hoodie. That's Gen X right there, dog. Pretty sure I got this hat at Gen X too.
Dude, I still got shit from Gen X from fucking high school. Still.
Yeah, those Colorado jackets and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm pretty sure I don't think I own a single thing from Gen X anymore. But
well, fucking look at this guy. He's got a little money in his pocket now, and he fucking is too good to shop at Gen X.
You know what's funny is like I went through a phase where like I had to purge my fucking wardrobe. I'm like, I don't wear any of this shit anymore. What the fuck?
Dude, I do that because like I got so much shit in my closet that like I never fucking wear. Like I gotta clear some room out.
Like you remember wearing like South Pole and like all that shit,
jeans and shit,
all the big like extra large, like XX white t-shirts and shit.
Tell you what, I did not too long ago purge my shoe collection to like the bare minimum because like I had so many fucking pairs of shoes that like were either all fucked up or like I just never wore. So like and like some nice like fucking like Jordans and shit. And like I got like a cousin who's like a big time sneakerhead and he like restores shoes and shit. Like fucking so I was like, yo, bro, you come get them. You can have these shits like fucking for your collection and whatnot.
So now you just have the one pair of Chucks.
So now I have two pair of Chucks. I got two pair of Chucks,
God.
pair of Nikes, and pair of house shoes. That's all I need. That's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
And a pair of boots. Got some boots.
There you go.
Yeah.
But what's funny though is like I remember being at that Gen X when Day and Night came out, and I was at one of the shirt racks. I remember specifically, I was like going through shirts. Day and Night was playing over the thing, and I actually got to hear for the first time like the whole song, and like I heard it, they're playing it loud enough to where I could hear like little details of the beat and shit, and I was just like, oh, I was like, this is actually kind of a dope song. And then I was like, oh, he's talking about being a stoner and shit. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. But I just thought it was like I just thought it was like I liked it as much as the next person that liked it or whatever. It wasn't until I went over to my cousin's house one night and we were getting all fucked up and he was playing music videos on his TV.
Dude, that music video is trippy.
And he's like, you never seen the video for this? I was like, what? No. And he played it for me from beginning to end. I was like, what the fuck? And then it blew my mind again, and it gave the song a whole new boost of energy for me. I was like, this is my shit from now on.
Yeah, I was quick on that song. I watched like the video when it first came out, and I was like, what?
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was like the first time I heard the song. Actually, was
well, yeah, that's video. Like fuck, because like I said, they played the music videos like on that.
Yeah,
on like that's how it's. Like when he's like walking into the store and shit, like fucking,
it's all cartoons and
like I was like, damn, I was like Kid Cudi, huh? Like this guy's pretty interesting.
Yeah, for real.
Fucking
yeah, Kid Cudi, that's my guy.
Yeah, he's dude. Still to this day, he's like
we kick it on the weekends.
Trip music, bro. Mm-hmm. Some of the best trip music.
Yep, definitely.
Trip out to that shit.
Hell yeah. Well, hell yeah, fucking that's 2022 out here. Cultureology, dog, gang shit, all of that. Fucking so you fucking subscribe, fucking
let us know what your favorite album of all time is down there.
Fucking well, we already asked him that last week.
Ah shit.
But still, if you didn't see that one, do it in both. Fucking let us know.
Let us know what your favorite hood movie is.
All the shit we talked about, like leave it in the comments. Yo, like, what's your favorite hood movie? Like all that shit. Make sure you subscribe. All of that. We got my channel link in the description. We got Devin's in the description. We're gonna link Frank's SoundCloud in the description.
Just came out the new song.
Fucking
go check it out. SoundCloud, Instagram, all that shit. You can find me, Frankenstein.
Hell yeah, fucking. But all right, y'all. Here's to a brand new year, Cultureology.
Cheers.
Yep, let's do this.
We out of here.
Peace.
End it. Cut it.
Anytime.
Cut it.
I'm looking.
Got it. Got it.
Ah.